A common thing I get with food is that healthy food is expensive or too expensive. And I think there is some merit to this, but I also think it's a bit of a crutch and an excuse that we use sometimes. And I'll explain why. I think it can actually be cheaper to have a strategic eating protocol where you are eating healthier foods. And what do I mean by healthier foods? Usually more nutrient dense, lower calorie food items, things like lean protein, fruits and veggies, and whole grains, the four items that I mention a lot here. And I think when it gets expensive, when it is truly expensive, is when we buy a bunch of healthy food items, whether it be, like in the health food section, maybe things that we don't necessarily need, but are marketed to us in a healthy fashion. So we buy a lot of those items, which can definitely add up. And then we don't eat them and we go out to eat and it's too easy after work to just swing by the drive-through. That's when it gets expensive because we're purchasing the healthier items plus all the things that we want to impulsively eat in the moment, right? Because we don't really plan ahead. But when you have a strategy of eating, like you're saying to yourself, this is something that we do. We'll do lean protein on the plate, we'll do some veggies, and we'll do a starch. If you have a strategic eating protocol like that, you can actually save a ton of money doing that most of the time. Now, we still eat out twice a week. That's just kind of our ritual. We eat at Chipotle on Wednesdays, and then we go try a new restaurant on Sundays. And we have our favorites too. So most of the time, that's what our plate looks like at the end of the night. We're doing a lean protein source, a starch, and a veggie. Spend money on protein, okay? Get quality lean protein, and then save money on produce and starches. And yes, you can do it. You can use things like Imperfect Foods for produce, and you get to pick what you want. You get to customize it, and it's usually gonna be a little bit cheaper. And you're getting vegetables that are not so appealing to look at, but still taste great. They didn't want to throw them on the shelves, therefore you get them at a discount. Also, Sprouts, they have decent produce that isn't very expensive. Oftentimes it's cheaper than a place like Price Chopper or Hy-Vee. So no, eating healthier is not always more expensive. And if we keep telling ourselves that, it becomes ingrained in us and it becomes a belief pattern that dictates our behavior, okay? Because we just assume that everything's really expensive if it's good for us. And yes, healthy food items, if you go to Hy-Vee and you go to the health food section and you see all the product marketized stuff that's going towards us, yes, it's gonna be more expensive. I know marketized isn't a word, but they're playing on our impulses. All the Kashi stuff, all the cereals and all the healthy chips and things like that. Yes, that stuff's overpriced. You don't need all that stuff to get a lot of nutrient dense, high volume, delicious food. Okay, so if you need more ideas about that and you're confused on how to save money with healthy food, hit me up because I love talking about this stuff. And yeah, talk to you soon.